Welcome, everybody, to Premium Time with John Darr and Charlie Delatorre.
What's up, man?
And my man Johnny Cornell is back for another week.
JCJD.
He had a rough week last week. I don't remember.
What did you say about the sombrero special?
It was a can't miss. Absolutely.
We tripped on a speed bump, bro. Look, what do they tell guys who miss free throws? They say you got to keep shooting. Or threes, I should say. You keep shooting.
You know, there seems like there's...
Shoot or shoot.
Johnny, there's something wrong with a financial planner saying, book it, 100%. 100%.
That's true.
Look, man, did the Germans
bomb Pearl Harbor
give up when...
I
mean, so you can't quit. This is just week one.
I know. We're giving you a second chance.
I have questions.
Where is my sombrero?
Did you? No. Maybe you don't need it. That's the thing.
Maybe that's the problem. It wasn't big enough.
I'd like to know. I have questions.
Shoot.
Did you bet the sombrero special and then lost and had to get a haircut because of it, Johnny?
Is that
Who,
what
me?
you did?
Yeah, you. Did you lose a bet?
I go into boot camp next week.
Something happened.
And I have to report to boot camp.
That is high and tight, my man.
Man, something happened.
Those
ears
do I look younger?
Those ears got raised.
Lowered.
And
Raised.
these peaks are going back a little further. Oh!
God. We are now in
Now we are in business.
Wow.
Whoa.
Maybe we just use that when we're going to talk about
I
the
don't think
sombrero
this will fit
special.
my fat head. But when we bust out later on, we'll bust out the picks for the sombrero special.
Maybe you need to grow the mustache back. You used to pick.
I don't know. Why are we all wearing
beautiful.
checkers today? We should not be wearing
I don't
checkers.
know.
I think we got to go solid
I look
colors.
like I'm going boating.
Are you not?
Not today.
No. Okay. All right.
How was your weekend, guys? Gators open season?
Gators look strong.
Gators did not cover.
No, they didn't.
Barely. But almost.
But how
was
about
the spread?
80,000?
23 and a half.
Yeah, how about 87,000 fans?
Yeah, so much for my stupid
Raging
I said
COVID-infected fans.
Less than
in a
16.
The whole
stadium.
world, the whole country was raging
Yeah.
with fans.
It
All
was.
the stadiums.
Everybody
The beauty
died.
of that to me, and this is going to stir up all kinds of shit, what I'm about to say.
Great.
I don't know.
The beauty of that is, we live in America. You're free to go to a sporting event and take the risks that that are there. It's up to you.
You're right. That was a dumb thing to say.
You could get sick. You could get hit by a car.
Look, man.
You could get. I think smoking should be illegal.
Right.
Every time I breathe in smoke from secondhand smoke, I think that should be illegal. We live in America. You're free to wear a mask or not wear a mask or frickin' get a vaccine or not get a vaccine. It should be up to the people.
The people, baby. More
Not the
power
politicians.
to the people.
There you
go.
If that doesn't get viewership up on this bad boy, I don't know what will. Thank God we don't have sponsors.
Listen, I agree with you. The problem is, you're right. In the middle of a pandemic, you had 87,000 people stuffed into a stadium.
Not just here, though.
No,
that
it was
all
everywhere.
chose to be there.
Yeah, they did, but people are stupid, dude. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all laws are based to the lowest common denominator. Okay. They aren't based to the smartest of us. They're based to to prevent us from doing stupid things. Whether that's tax evasion or whether that's something else. So laws are predicated on the fact that we have to make the weakest and dumbest of us fall in line. So you can't say this. That's not exactly how that works. But anyways, it was still fun to go to. I screamed and yelled my ass off, and I was there. So
yeah, there you go.
I didn't go.
You must have.
I tailgated.
I tailgated it. You know what I did?
Shots.
Well, I tailgated with my 18-year-old son, who is going to college Thursday, who his mom and I leave to go drop him off. And
good for you.
So Charlie and I ate chicken wings, and maybe he had a beer. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I wasn't.
Speaking of laws, breaking laws.
Hey, this is America.
I was going to say,
now
you're coming over here. You coming to this side?
Yeah, I want my cake and I want to eat it.
Well, okay. You want to break the laws in certain circumstances, but not break the laws in others.
Wait a minute. What law are we talking about here?
Well, he's talking about underage drinking, but I'm talking about the mask law and all these vaccine laws.
Is a mandate a law or is a law a mandate? I mean, I don't know. Did we get representatives to
Oh my God,
sign
can
a
we
bill
go?
or something?
Let's talk about football.
I mean, what laws are we talking about here?
I want to talk about
Give me
football.
a
Start
damn
out
law.
Elio's going to stop producing the show. That's it. I quit. I'm done.
I don't know, man. So I didn't see the Gators. I was up in Atlanta watching Alabama and Miami and laughing at that. And I missed the Florida game.
Dude,
but
how
I saw
good is
that,
Alabama?
You know, this quarterback, the situation you got down here in Florida, you know what the saying is? If you have to use two
down here, like he doesn't live here.
Well, I was in Atlanta, so
He's a
I was thinking of it down here.
I don't understand.
If
I'm so
you
confused.
have to use two quarterbacks, it means you don't have one. So, does Florida have a quarterback? Do we know?
Did you see the game?
I just saw some guy threw Emory threw 2 picks, and the other guy ran like a track star down the field.
Cornell, you're here.
Okay.
You're starting some crap today.
Okay.
I'm
So
just asking a question, bro.
I'm
I
not.
didn't see the
I
game.
am not a
Did you,
professional.
you saw the game with your 18-year-old. I didn't
You've
see it.
watched 20 times the football I've have in my life, okay?
Well.
And I am not. I'm going to tell you right here, if Richardson
Mm-hmm.
is not the best quarterback on that field, I
Was
am
he throwing seam?
confused.
Was he busting post patterns and throwing seam routes and
No.
didn't go routes?
No, he went 3 for 8 and had 2 great runs.
Sounds like to me he's a track star.
So
Sounds like to me.
did you hear that? He did go 3 for 8.
Is he? Can he pass the ball?
He had a lower quarterback rating.
Can he pass the football?
Well, he did have one nice
This is
35-yard pass.
Crown in here, by the way.
You're going to need more of that.
Johnny, okay, listen. Here's
Anthony Richardson is the best quarterback we have.
So there's the question.
there's only
That's
one person
the
who gets
answer.
paid money to actually know that
I
answer.
understand,
Well,
but that's my opinion.
Listen, bro. So the question is, who gives you the best chance to beat Alabama? Who?
No
I don't think
question,
you can answer
Anthony
that question
Richardson.
yet.
So you don't know,
No
and you have no
question.
doubt.
I have no doubt.
Sounds
no
very
doubt.
indecisive.
No doubt. And I feel sorry for Emory Jones because
Why? He's had a chance.
he waited. He did the right thing.
So you're already putting him on the bench. He's number 2 now.
I wouldn't put him on the bench. Here's what I would do.
Use them both?
He's boxing.
Absolutely.
Again, if you have to use 2 quarterbacks,
Not
it
as
means
I
you
wouldn't
don't
put him
have
as
one
quarterback. I wouldn't put him as quarterback.
So you put him in the
I'd
backfield.
get him I'd get him the ball somehow.
Coach Darr is here.
Somehow in the
Maybe
the
you should wear this.
half
Hey, John,
wing. This thing went off.
JC, you were around in 2006, right?
Did you unplug me?
Was there more than one quarterback who played on that team that won a national championship game?
Well, no. Chris
All right, I'm
Leak
back.
won that
I'm
national
back. Well, now I'm
championship.
back.
Tim Tebow did not.
What?
Tim Tebow was part of that offense.
Did you watch that
but
national championship game?
Chris Leak was the quarterback.
Did you remember who scored the touchdowns in that game?
Tebow.
Chris Leak was your quarterback. It was not Tim Tebow.
And Dan Mullen has told you that Emory Jones is your quarterback.
Actually, you know who won that game in 2006? It was called your defense.
Yeah, it was.
But that was a great team that was not thought of as being a great team.
I think Mullen's
And on one night, they were a great team.
well,
And then 08's team was better. Would you
Whoa,
say
much
08's
better.
team was
Yeah,
better?
of course.
That's because you had a quarterback.
yeah,
named
and
Tim Tebow.
I would probably tell you the 09 team was better than 08. They didn't win a championship.
No, they didn't.
Alabama beat them.
But, you know, you had Percy Harvin. You had so many great players.
Yeah, I think so. To answer your question, dude, I think it's one game. Why is everybody getting just like chill out?
I
He's
think
ready.
And this
Anthony
team we're going to play on
Richardson is-
Saturday is way worse already. So you're
a high
still not
school
going to
game.
know.
Yeah, you can't get
You're not
anything
gonna
out of
know.
this weekend. You're not going to take anything out of this
Nope.
weekend. Don't
Anthony
take it.
Richardson's the best quarterback out there.
Okay.
Anthony Richardson had.
He went to Eastside.
He did. He's a local boy.
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you, if you're going to win a championship, you better learn how to pass the football.
But do you think this is a championship caliber team this year?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. They're going
I
to play
do.
a championship caliber
Yep,
team
I
in
do.
2 weeks.
I do.
You do or they don't?
No, they're going to play them in 2
You
weeks.
think they'll play them again at the end of the year? That's the question
Well,
you should be
they're
asking.
going to have to beat Georgia. So, did you watch that Georgia Clemson game? Probably not.
A little bit of
You
it.
didn't miss much because neither team could score a touchdown. But that Georgia defense had 7 sacks and made Clemson's offensive line look like trash. So that is a real defense. And so we'll see. Florida's going to get better. And look, 400 yards rushing. I mean, when was the last time Florida had 400 yards rushing?
I don't know. 200-yard pass.
That's what
200-yard
Dan does,
rusher.
by the way. That's Dan Mullen. He's a running. He
Yeah.
likes to run the football.
Yeah.
They didn't last year, but he did this year.
I still think that, like, and I don't know when this show turned into a Gator Sports show, but
I don't know. You
I'm
dragged me in here.
100%
Just,
for
well,
it.
it's hot.
No, I'm
It's a hot
100% all
topic
for it.
right now. It's hot.
I think this is this is armchair Monday quarterbacking at its finest. It's one freaking game. Just give it a little time. We'll see what happens. The teams you saw this week that are that great will fail in some way, and the teams that are terrible will come back a bit. Except for LSU, they're terrible.
So the Gators beat South Florida.
No, they,
that won't
they will.
Is
That
that
won't
who
even
play?
be competitive.
They play. That's. I was asking him. Did they even win a game last
They
year?
lost to. Yeah, I don't know if they did or not. But they probably won one. But they lost to North Carolina State. Didn't score a point. They won't probably score this weekend. Believe it or not, Florida is going to be 1/3 of my sombrero special today.
Oh,
And
1/3 of the sombrero
to me,
special.
It's so easy this week. There are
29
there are
points.
no real headline games this weekend, but there are 3 easy ones on the board. And
All
we'll
right,
give you
hey,
those before we
Elio,
get
write
out of
these
here.
down because we are going to hold him to this.
Well, you held me to the last one.
and
So I expect it. Accountability is the first sign of honesty.
I can't wait to see what he thinks
That
about the
makes
Florida-Alabama game next week.
Oh,
but we're not going to talk about that this week. That's
I will-
next week.
Oh, that
we're
is gonna
not
be fun.
talking about
All right, I
Florida-Alabama.
should have my grease board, but here they are.
Here they go. Here's the special. Write them down.
The winners this week, the sombrero special, will be Florida minus 28 against South Florida. They'll win the game by scoring 49 points. South
agree with
Florida
that.
won't score at all. South Florida will
Shut
not
out.
score.
You're
The
calling
other winner
shutout.
is Iowa at Iowa State, getting 4.5 points. Matt Campbell hasn't beaten Iowa yet in his career as coach of the Iowa State Cyclones. They got lucky to win this past weekend.
did.
Iowa looked great.
It's in Ames,
so
too, right?
I don't care where it is. Take the 4 points, 4.5 points with Iowa, and then I was thinking, wow, these games really look sloppy this week. There's some
That's
really
gonna make
bad-
my buddy Ryan Jensen pissed off. By the way, he's a
Is he
huge
a Cyclone?
Iowa State Cyclone.
Well, they haven't beaten.
Ryan
they have
Jensen-
not beaten Iowa under Matt Campbell. The third one is they call this game the war. It's Utah and BYU. The Holy War. It's called the Holy War. Utah and BYU at BYU.
Holy water.
BYU getting 7 is the third part of that triple.
BYU getting 7.
In the Holy War. BYU getting 7, Iowa getting 4.5, and the Gators laying 28. There are your 3 winners.
I got to say that I did watch the Louisiana-Texas score this weekend when I normally couldn't give a flip about that
You
game
watched it just the
at
same.
all.
I brought it to
But
you.
I'm watching the Louisiana. I'm like, what's the score, Louisiana, Texas?
I got suckered into
I'm
that
getting
one. Oh my gosh,
Texas.
that's
Texas
amazing.
is out
Did you see
front.
the other big upset? The big upset with Montana. Montana, which is an FCS school, let's call them
Georgia Southern.
Jacksonville University,
Gotcha.
beating Washington, the Huskies in
That's
Seattle.
impressive.
That would be like JU coming down
Yeah.
and going to Tallahassee and beating FSU.
I like it.
That's
That was
Ooh,
an
how about
upset.
that Notre Dame Florida State
and
game?
how
Did you
about
guys
that
watch
kid, man, Mackenzie Milton? You
Well, he's
saw
electric.
shattered his
What is
leg in 2018.
Okay.
Massive injury, Alex Smith type of injury.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Bad.
if he'd ever play again. Certainly, walking was so. He comes back. They're down 18 in the fourth quarter. They tie the game. Notre Dame wins. in
On a field goal in
overtime, on a
overtime.
field goal.
On a-
But
yeah.
Mackenzie Milton brought Florida State some excitement.
Yeah, they
First time
did.
They've had it in 3 years.
And
God bless the kid.
Florida State, they don't play anybody this weekend. There's not many good games.
No, this weekend is kind of a slack weekend. That's why
Week
that
2 is
Iowa
always-
State
week 2 is
game.
always kind of
Week 2
Yeah,
is weak.
you're right about that. Week 2.
sad.
But I was excited to see Florida Field bouncing for the first time. That just shows how desperate these kids are to
Yeah.
get on campus, to do what they are typically bred to do on Saturdays.
I tell you, the student section showed up too. Like they
Oh,
were
that's what I
packed
mean.
over there. They were
That's
packed.
awesome.
Yeah, it was packed.
Who does Alabama play this
So
week?
the Alabama plays Mercer. So I'm sitting in Atlanta. Listen to this.
It's
Listen
going
to
to be
this.
150
I'm
to
sitting in
0.
high
Atlanta.
school?
I'm sitting in Atlanta in the Mercedes Dome. It's like a microwave oven in that place, right? There's a little hole in the top. Now, there's no wind blowing through the stadium because the stadium's enclosed, but they have a little hole in the top. Now, when you look at the sections of that field, there are about 200 sections where you buy tickets to sit in. Section 105, Section 206. I sat in Section 136, right next to the Alabama band, thinking I had great tickets. Well, it was a very nice day. It was very hot, though, if you were in the direct sunlight. Where was that sun at 3:30 in the afternoon? When I walked into that stadium, there were 2 sections of the 200 sections that had direct sunlight, and guess who had to sit
were
in the entire
baking.
just bacon.
You needed that hat.
That brings me. This hat would have melted. That brings me to 2 weeks when Florida plays Alabama. Those students are going to be so hopped up on something by 3:30 in the afternoon. If we have a day like we had last weekend, you're
They're
going to
gonna
see
pass
kids
out.
just falling in the aisles.
Falling out.
Because that sun on the east side of the Florida field over here,
Cooks.
whew,
Cooks
and
them.
then the west side for at least half the day is going to be cooking.
But they'll
Man,
get a
you
little
better pray
shade.
for some clouds. Just telling you. Better
Well,
pray for some
hopefully we
clouds.
cook Alabama so that they can't even play because I think that's our only chance of
I just don't
winning.
man.
I hope they wear black. Do they have
believe
black
how hot it
helmets
was, man.
and black out? Do they have black unis?
No, dude, they're going to be in white with crimson helmets.
Why do they?
Florida, no,
That's
Alabama has
not.
two
That's not an
uniforms.
away uniform.
They have the Alabama uniform is all white
All the time.
all the time. They'll never
Doesn't the
deviate
home
from
team
that.
get
That's
to pick?
cheating.
No, that's just the tradition, bro.
No,
No,
no.
but the-
Not in my house.
Well,
it's the
your
Swamp,
house
bro.
is more tradition.
The home
You
team
can't-
gets to choose.
The home team gets to choose.
I don't know. How do you know that? Is that what the?
I think that's always
He
been that
knows
way, dude.
stuff.
So if Florida comes out in all whites, you're saying Alabama's going to wear red?
Yeah,
huh?
they tell them
Yep.
in advance.
Do they have
Black.
to Do they have to have the visiting
Some
team
dark
agree to
color
that?
because it's going to be hot.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the
You need to
home
find
team
this
gets
out.
to
You got
pick.
homework.
You know, you're right about one thing. LSU always plays in white at home, and
Yeah, they.
Florida wore blue or orange,
Yeah,
and
the
Alabama
home
was-
team chooses the.
So
Exactly.
maybe Florida.
And Florida
will
wore
wear-
white last week.
They looked good, didn't they?
And
look
Yeah,
good.
they did wear
Those
white.
all-white uniforms are the most classic that you have.
The Gator one.
Well,
hate
it just makes your players look bigger too,
I gotta tell you something.
and fast.
I got a real problem with this. The what are y'all doing and the theys.
He's a
I hear-
Crimson Tide
I know,
guy.
but
Dude,
it's,
but he
that's-
grew up here.
Kiss the ring.
I'm not kissing.
He
it.
grew
Kiss
up-
the ring, bro.
I'll throw it.
He grew up here, but he doesn't. He'll root for the Gators sometimes, but he went.
Yeah,
to,
but I mean, he doesn't
went
even-
to
Florida
Alabama.
wasn't taking an 840 SAT score, all right? But that wasn't my fault. That was not my fault because they scheduled the damn SAT exam the day after we lost the GHS in the district championship. You know, David Lee throwing benders all night. I struck out 3 times in that game. You think I went home after that game?
No.
And then we had to go to take
and
the
then
SAT
go take the
at
SAT.
8 o'clock in the morning.
You knocked an 840 out of the park.
They
Solid
said
effort,
summer
by the
A.
way.
They said summer
Solid
A.
effort.
They said summer A. You can get in or take the ACT, which I took the ACT. I called it the ACT test.
Right.
I had a
That did not
19
go
on
well.
that, and that got me right into Alabama.
Oh, there you go.
And summer A at Florida, but that was before Florida wanted to be an Ivy League school. Now they want to be an Ivy League school because they think they can be an Ivy League school. So that's why I say they. But
There's
I did
some
work at
smart
Channel
kids.
5, so I do like Florida.
Smart
My
kids.
kid goes to Florida.
Yeah, your kid's smart.
Wait,
My
why didn't you
kid's
send him to
smart.
Alabama?
He wanted to go
'Cause he's smart.
He wanted to stay. His mother, she's a big wig over there at Shands, so she talked him into it.
She's-
But I did get the other.
Wait a
kid
minute.
to
I
go
think
to
we just
Mississippi
found
State.
out. We just figured out JC's secret. He married up.
Oh yeah.
He married
Well,
up.
that was my first wife. I
Twice
definitely
he married
improved.
up.
My second wife,
He
God bless
He
her,
really
Carmen.
married up.
I married
I didn't
up
know
the
his first
second
wife,
time,
but
but I married way up the second
I know
time.
Carmen. Yes.
Yes.
Carmen, we
Oh,
love
thing's
you.
falling down.
We don't love JC, but we love me
You
some
do love
Carmen.
me. You love me.
Maybe just use like some other like us and we's instead of
Are
y'alls
you,
and
Are you a
thems.
pronoun guy?
I mean, I wasn't until you started not calling us our. I wasn't, but I feel like I'm gonna
Us,
become
we's,
one.
Him, her, they.
No, I'm just saying
Her,
you
him,
are talking about
we,
the home
us.
team as though you have no stake in it.
Yeah, I wore FAU clothes.
That
this
irritates
weekend.
me.
Oh, he's
because you're a
irritated.
kid. I'm
Lindsay
sorry to
came
hear
up from FAU, so I told her, I said, you know what? I'm going to wear FAU stuff because I don't get to wear FAU stuff nearly as much
The
as I
Owls?
get to wear Gator stuff.
that. How did it feel?
It was cool. It was a nice red shirt with FAU Owls.
The Owls, baby.
But I had a Gators hat.
Hey, that's Boca Raton, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Where that is? So
Have you been to that stadium?
No, it's a hers.
It's the only stadium, I think,
Howard built that. Howard
in the
Schnellenberg.
East Coast.
Yeah.
It's the only stadium in the
yeah.
country that you can see the Atlantic Ocean.
No. So it must run east to west.
It does. It runs, it's actually, it's huge.
Well, maybe it does.
It's
Yeah.
really nice
Honestly,
and it's huge.
funny you said that because that's the thing that USF really needs that.
Yeah, they need a lot of things.
USF is never going to be
Great medical
a
school.
relevant football school until they get a freaking stadium that's theirs. Look
Well,
at UCF did it.
yeah.
UCF found a way to build one on campus. Remember they used to play in the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They-
bounce house. Yeah.
Oh, that place was a
It's-
dump.
It is
man.
still a dump. But
What's it? It's like the Camping World Stadium or
yeah,
something
well,
like
that's
that.
the Citrus Bowl. That's
Right.
the Citrus Bowl.
No,
Camping World.
their stadium, the UCF one's pretty nice.
Just call it the Bright House something.
Okay.
Yeah. Brightway.
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
an
yeah.
insurance company, Brightway?
No. it's
Never
not
heard of 'em?
Brightway. Yes. I know who Brightway is. But it ain't Brightway.
You know
It's
anything
Bright,
about insurance
it's
at
Bright
all?
House. But we
House.
can talk about insurance, and the 7 people that are watching will flip the channel. That's for sure.
Well, all I know is if you say Anthony Richardson is your ticket to the promised land,
He was pretty. I will say this. I know I said what I said, but
He's
he
a
was
big-
pretty
Oh,
I know what I was
dynamic.
gonna tell you.
He was pretty dynamic.
Here's
Yeah.
so I was having a conversation yesterday with a Hall of Fame football player.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. You know him.
Hall of Fame. NFL?
Absolutely. NFL, Hall of Fame, played for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, okay.
Was
Okay, I
also
know
a
who you got.
Gator.
Yeah.
Okay. Hall of Fame. I said, what
He
did
doesn't
you
even
think?
watch the games.
What did you think? You know? He says, well, I think that Anthony Richardson should learn how to slide.
Yeah, because he's gonna
Because if he doesn't,
get popped.
some linebacker from Alabama is going to take his head off and hurt him.
Well, he's a big fella now. Anthony is no slouch.
I understand that.
6'4", 240 or 250, something like that.
But my
Cam
buddy
Newton.
Neil was like, he better learn how to slide because if you can't be taking those hits in the SEC.
Well, it also might
like
help
that.
if you can get rid of the football, too. And that means you have to be able to pass it. Isn't that what quarterbacks do? They
yes, it is.
pass
And you're
the
right.
football?
That's why
I think he threw a nice ball. I mean, I know he was 4 for 8 or
3 for
whatever.
8. But I mean,
3
he
for
had
8.
that one. He had one nice 35-yard pass, but the guy had to wait for the ball. I mean, he was all alone waiting for it. It was broken coverage.
That's true.
So I mean,
true.
it was a nice pass. He found the receiver. I just don't think you can tell anything off that first
Well, when
game.
we get off this exhibition game on Saturday, and you'll be playing a real team the following week. We can focus on that, but don't get too hyped up one way or the other after this weekend. Because
All right, what
they're
else you
playing
wanna talk
an
about?
I do think Mullen's got an interesting situation to manage there because
The quarterback
Richardson
deal?
is very dynamic, and even if Emery plays okay or well, and he played okay in the first quarter, he played pretty well in the first quarter. If Richardson comes in and is as dynamic as that, you do kind of whisper a little of that 06 team where. But you're right. Chris Leak was he's a great passer. He's a leading passer in
Gator
all-time
history.
Exactly. But Tebow's plays were so dynamic, especially later in the year.
And how'd the defense look? I know we're delving into
Good 7 sacks, I
too
think.
deep
6,
here,
7
but-
sacks.
7 sacks.
All
The coverage was tight.
They
They
look
played
good.
pretty well.
The speed off the corners to me off the defensive line looked better than it has in years.
Okay.
They look
Did you go to the game?
no.
You just but your daughter went. Yeah.
I watched the game on TV.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's where I like to watch.
I'm just glad that the place was
Shane
full.
and Matthews and I like to.
He came over.
No, we just like watching it
actually
on
got him to come
TV.
over?
Yeah, it's better. There's beer in the fridge and there's a bathroom whenever you
Hey,
hit
there's
pause.
no question. That's
I mean-
a vital part of our
yeah.
Saturday experience. But I like going to them. I'm sorry. I like going to some of these games. I like the pre-gaming.
Me too.
The
It's
walking around, the tailgating, all of that. I can't wait for September 18th. Just going to be a great day.
We're not even going to tailgate for that Alabama game.
No, we're going to a party.
We'll be at a party. A buddy of ours turning 50 that day.
yeah, we're going to a party.
So was Labor Day fun? Did you guys have a good weekend on Labor Day? I went to the beach.
I got to play Golden
You
Ocala
played
with a
Golden
buddy of
Ocala?
mine, and we
Would you
sort of
shoot
kept
did you
score.
break
It was just
80?
me and him. We were talking business a lot and playing, and it was. But that place is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
$750 million on the World Equestrian Center. He spent $750 million dollars, $750 on this thing.
What does that do?
The World Equestrian Center is a hotel. It's a horse thing. It's a
Right.
big round. Have you been down there?
No, but I've heard it. I've heard about it.
I can't even explain it to you. I can't even tell you
I couldn't explain why you would spend $750 million on
a horse thing.
a horse thing.
It's huge.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the horse capital of the South. Or the,
It is.
of the
It
country.
is. I think that he owns another one too, right?
Huge. No.
Is he building
Huge.
another one?
No. You're thinking the other guy that owns Adina.
Adina
Owns
is.
the horse
He
racing.
onsPimlico.
There you go.
He owned Pimlico Racetrack.
But this guy doesn't.
Adina's been closed for 3 years, 2 years. I don't think we'll ever see it again. But Golden Ocala is quite a destination
They
location.
redid the
You had a good
greens. They
time?
redid the fairways.
So you went there?
It was
What'd
the
you do
greens
for
were a
Labor
little
Day,
slow.
Charlie?
Very little.
Just kind of chilled out,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Packed up with Charlie, getting stuff ready to go.
Did you cry?
I'm gonna, like a baby.
When he leaves? When's he leaving?
We drive Thursday. He moves in Friday. Come back
Oh,
on
you're
Saturday.
gonna cry.
My baby boy.
I cried so hard.
I
I couldn't even drive hardly.
with my daughter. Our
crying.
daughter went to UF, so like when my daughter we dropped her off. But it was like whenever I needed to see her, I just drove over to the dorm and saw her.
Right.
This is a little different. So like I'm gonna be a little tore up.
Where is he going again?
So, SCAD, Savannah Conservatory of Art and Design. You got a big fat scholarship
About
and
4 hours away, something like
a little
that.
like 3. So
Three?
it's not,
Okay.
far
Not
enough.
too bad.
No, it's fine. I can drive up and kiss them and come back in the same day if I have to. But like,
well, if you need somebody to ride with you, I like Savannah. My wife and I.
Yeah.
There's some great restaurants there.
Oh, yeah.
Great golf courses.
Let's go.
I love Sea Island.
Sea Island's close by,
I think
right? Real close
I think
to
I'll
that.
be there a lot.
Cool.
So I'll let you guys know.
I'm with you, bro.
All right, cool, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And if you cry, it'll be no
I'll
big
cry
deal.
on your eye. Listen, I'm a man. I'll cry. I don't care. I'll cry on your shoulder. I'm fine with that.
All right, do we need to talk about anything else before we bust out of here and knock it out? Premium time.
No, but
we have
next
given
Tuesday
you.
we're talking smack with the Alabama boy here.
I'll bring it, baby.
Well,
Don't
it
you worry
depends
about
on
me.
how he performs this week.
Is he on like a trial basis?
I mean, he lost the first week. I'm going to give him a couple more foul
I got
shots.
3 winners.
And he's got
BYU plus
3.
7, Iowa plus 4.5, Florida minus 28.
There you go. You heard it here
Put
first
it in
on
there.
Premium Time. There's your bets. So, for all of you folks that like to bet the Sombrero Special, there it is. All 3 games. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure
right.
you like and comment and tell me how good looking my haircut is because I'm going to boot camp soon and I needed it high and tight. So, high and tight. Be good.
See you, buddy.
Peace.
Good to see
Thanks
ya.
for being here. See y'all. Be careful. Be good.